Hello guys, it's good to have you back, and we've really gone far in this series. Very soon we'll start building different trading bots. I think in the next video we'll start building different trading bots because this concept that I want to explain to you in this video is, I think, one of the most important basics that we must cover before we start building experts, advisors, or indicators, whatever we want to build. Now, for you to build any trading bots, you need to understand the way the candlestick works. I mean the bars, the way they work. For example, if you go to MetaTrader 5, you can see that how can you determine a bullish candle programmatically. A bullish candle is a type of candle that the close price of a bullish candle is greater than the open price. That is a bullish candle, right? And to identify a bearish candle programmatically is when the close price, this is the open price, right? It is greater than the close price, which means the close price is less than the open price. That is how you can recognize these candles. But the issue is that how can you retrieve this candle data? Like, how can you know that the current candle in the market, is it bullish? 5 candles ago, was it bearish? That is what I'm going to explain to you in this video. The title of this video is how to retrieve candle data in MQL5. For example, if you want to copy a number, I explained the concept of arrays in the last video. We have many candles on the chart. From year to year, we have how many candles? From year to year, we have 114 bars, right? How do you copy all these candles? You cannot be declaring variables for each candle, like the close price, open price, high price of this candle, the second one, the third one. It will be too much. That is where array comes in. Why? Because most of candle data, they are mostly double data type, which means you can classify them in one array. For example, if I want to copy the open price of different candles, all I just need to do is to declare a dynamic array. How did I explain declaration of array for you? You first specify the data type. It should be double. Why? Because most of the times the market charts, you can see that the prices, they are always double. Why? Because they always have decimal points. Now you need to specify the data type, which is double. Then what do you want to save? Let's say you want to retrieve the close price of these candles. You place close. You can name it whatever, but the best is for you to use close, because when declaring your variable, it's important to use meaningful name. Then you open this square bracket, then end it with a semicolon. What is this saying? This, that in the last video I only explained dynamic array, that you need to specify the size here, but we won't do that here because we don't want to specify how many candles we want to work with yet. So if you don't specify the array size, it means it is a dynamic array. Now you will go ahead again, because for a candle usually have 5 data, right? You need the open price, you need the close price, you need the low price, and the high price. Lastly, we also need the time, so that you're able to pinpoint the time that the candle formed, right? So now we've created an array to store the close price. We create another double array to store the open price, then declare another double array for the high price, right? You create another array, double array, for the low price, right? Then lastly, create another variable for the time. Remember, time cannot be double, so you need to specify that. I think in the first part of this series, or the second part, I explained how to declare variable. So this one will be date time. This is date time data type, because we want to store the time in this array, so you specify its time. Good. Let's compile and see if we have 0 errors and 0 warnings. Can you see? Now I've declared close, open, high, low, time. Right now, there's something we call function. Function are like the special just imagine like a special code that has been created by MT5, so that you don't need to write it again. Okay, let me put it this way. Function is like a block of code that has already been written to perform a particular task. For example, if you want to create it from scratch, that you want to copy candlestick and everything, the data of candlesticks from the scratch, it will be too hard. So MT5 already provide a lot of functions that can make us, copy all this data without writing too much of code. For example, if you want to copy the close price, there is a predefined function by MQL5. All you just need to do is to come to type copy close. You can see that, right? Once you copy close, you open parentheses. Then the next, you can see all these options here. These options that you see here: constant, symbol, name, blah blah, time frame, int, start, blah blah blah. I will explain everything. These are what we call the parameters of this function, which means inside these parentheses, these are the things that are required for you to input, so that the computer will know what candlestick data it should copy. For example, the first parameter required by the function is that I need to input the symbol, which means if I want to copy the close price of Euro USD, I will write it Euro USD. But in this case, there is a shortcut to that. Instead of you typing Euro USD, you can input underscore symbol. This means any chart that you activate the bot, the computer will automatically copy the name of the chart. Maybe like Euro USD chart. The bot is definitely going to just copy it automatically. Now the next option is saying what time frame. The close price of a 1 hour time frame is different from the close price of 5 minutes time frame. Now the next option is saying what time frame do you want to copy. Let's say if you use period D1, it means the daily candle. Period H1, the 1 hour time frame, blah blah blah. You see, we have different time frame. But if you choose period current, it means the current period, the current time frame of the chart. For example, you can see here that the current time frame is H4, right? So if I activate the bot on this chart, if you copy the close price of the 4-hour time frame on this chart. Why? Because I specify it here that I want the period current, the current time frame on the chart. Then comma again. This one is saying where do you want the copying to start from? Do you want it to start from the latest candle or the second candle? So if I said it in the last video that counting in programming starts from 0, right? So if you input 0, it means we start from the beginning, right? Comma. It's not saying count, like how many candles do you want to copy. For example, if I say I want you to start from, I will still explain a concept called array setter series, but don't worry, let's just vibe on. If I say it should start from 0, right, it's going to start from this current candle. If I now say the count, which means how many candles do you want to copy data from, copy the close prices, it means if I say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, it means I can just say, okay, I only need to copy the data for 7 candles. Then enter comma again. It's now saying where do you want to store it, which array do you want to store these close prices that you want to get from the chart. You just come here, you just type in close. Remember, we declare the close, we declare a double variable here to store the close prices. So you don't need to input the brackets here, there's no need. Just type in the name close, then come here, bam, semicolon, compile it. Now the issue with this is that in MQL5, once you start copying, right, it doesn't start the copying from this place. It starts from the first candle far back, the first 4-hour candle. That is where the copying will start from. So there's another function that you need to use so that the copying will start from the latest instead of from the oldest bar. If you want to start from the latest, go here. Now you must write the code before you write this. I just needed to explain this concept first before I explain the function. Now the function you will use to do that is array set as series, right? This is the function. Now this function is saying how do you want the copying to occur. Do you want it to come from the oldest to the newest, or from the latest candle to the oldest candle? So what do you need to do? You need to just input it here, that close price. When you are copying the close price, then comma, then input true. Once you do this, it means that the copying is going to start from the latest candle backwards instead of from the oldest, the first candle forward, right? Now let's do that again. Now if you want to do that, you can do that again for the open price. Let me just copy this. open, right? Let me do that again for high price, right? Let me do it again for the low price. Sorry. Let me do that again for time, right? Time. So automatically the copying will start from the latest to the oldest. Now we will now also do the same thing for the rest. Now you know we've copied the close price. Now for open price, copy, use the function copy open, then open parenthesis underscore symbol, which means the current symbol. What time frame do you want to use? You want to use the current time frame on the chart. Start from the 0, which means start from here. This first candle, start from there. Where do you, how many candles do you want to copy? You want to copy 7 candles, right? A comma. Then which array do you want to store it in? You want to store it in this open array, right? This array will open. Good, right? The next function, you use the CopyHigh. Can you see it's very easy? CopyHigh, open a bracket, underscore symbol, underscore symbol. And it's very important, anywhere you see capital letter, make sure it is always capital letter. It means a lot in programming. Then period current, start the copying from the latest candle and copy the high price, semicolon, semicolon. Then now let's do the same thing for low. Copy low, open, underscore symbol, period current. There should be 7 here. Period current. Start from the latest candle. Copy 7 candles from there. Then low, semicolon. Then the next one, use CopyTime. CopyTime, open bracket. Okay, underscore symbol, period current. Start from 0, 7 time. So basically what we are saying is that the copying to start from the index 0, which is this. If you want the copying to start from the second candle, this second candle here, it means instead of using 0, what will you do? Just change this to 1, right? But let me change it to 1. Let's say we want the copying to start from 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. Let me compile. Which means if the copying starts from 1, I want to copy the data for 7 bars. To now start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means we are copying the data for these 7 candles. Now let me print out the data, maybe for a better understanding. Let me just come here. Print, open bracket. Let me print out the data for the last. Okay, open price, right? Then just input what data do you want to copy. Let's say I want to copy data for this first candle, right? You know we said the copying should start from index, from this second one, right? Which means it should be our index 0. Open 0, which is our first element in the array, right? Then comma, another, okay, close, let me use capital letter or true, close price. Okay, if you want a new line, if you want to start on a line, use /n, /n. Close price will be close 0. There should be a comma here and a comma here also. Let me copy for the rest so as not to waste too much of time. So this one should be I, high, low, value, then copy for time also, Control V, time, okay, time, then the semicolon. I think we got a lot of error. Okay, this should be time, compile. There's another syntax error. Where could that be? Okay, good. Okay, where is H? Okay, this is backslash n, new line, new line, new line. So basically what this is saying is that we want to copy. I said that the indexing for our, like, we want to have access to the close to all these prices that we copied. Right now, the first elements in an array is referred to as index 1, like I explained in the last video. If I want to copy the open price of the first element, open price of the first bar, right? I said inside the two quotation mark. Remember, as I explained this, if you want to write letters, you need to use the quotation mark. Once you are done with that, you add a comma. After that comma, you input what you want to follow, the open price, which means you want the open price of this bar here. What the open price of this bar here? Why? Because why not this? Because we, in our copy open function, we said the copying should start from here. You should ignore this first one. Let me go back here. You see here in the copy function here, we said start from index 1 instead of 0, which is the latest bar. Says you start from index 0. Now the open price of the first candle, the close price of the index 0, high price of index 0, low price of index 0, and time of index 0. So if I compile this again, okay, you see we no longer have errors and warning. Let me come here to, I think it's a script bot. Can you see it's saying the open price? Can you see the open price is 9008.58. now let me put my cursor on it so that we confirm that. You see the open price is 900. The open price, you check it here, 9008.58, right? The close price is 8995.93. You can see it here also, which is accurate. So that is very easy. For example, now that you've know how to like get all this, so if you want to copy the second one, which is, this is, you start the copying from this second bar, right? It will now be our index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. Let's say we want to copy the data for this index 4. What will we do? This one, just this 0 change it to 4, that which means the open price of index 4, the close price of index 4, the high price of index 4, the low price of index 4, and time of index 4. Now let's compile it and run the code. Let me clear here to avoid confusing. Come here, script bot. Can you see which is index 4, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that should be, the counting only starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which means this, right? Now you can see that the open price is 9012.35, exactly the same. Look at the close price, 9013.36. check everything, check the time also, 2025 05 31 1600, which is 4 p.m. So basically that is how you get it. So now, for example, if you want to like check if a particular index, a particular candle is bullish or bearish, you can bring in the if and else statement. For example, let's say I want to check this bar here, this second one, but according to our code, it means this is the first bar, the index 1, because that will work to specify. The computer has totally ignored this first one because the copying started from here. Now if I want to check this first candle, now this first one, if I want to check if it is bullish or bearish, this is what I will do. I'll use the if and else statement like I explained to you in the episode. I think that should be episode 7. So we'll use if, right, open 0, which means the open price of the first bar is greater than the close price of the first bar. What does that mean? That means this is bullish. No, the open price is greater than the close price. That means this is bearish, right? If the open price is greater than the, let me go to MetaTrader. Can you see? If the open price, right, is, if the open price is greater than the close price, that means it's bearish, right? Now we just put it here that if open 0 is greater than close 0, then curly bracket, write what you want the computer to do for you. You can just say print a double quotation mark the open 0 is bearish, right? End it with a semicolon. Now the next one will now be, let me use the else if, right? Else if the open price is less than the close price of the latest of the first candle. What should the computer do? You can just come here. What do you want the computer to do? Let's just say print this should not be this. Let me just put this as bar 0 is this. Come back here. Let's say bar 0 is bullish, then end the line with a semicolon. So what this code is saying is that if the open price is greater than the close price, that signifies a bearish candle, right? And if the open price is less than the close price, that signifies a bearish candle. So if I compile it and run the code, it will automatically then check this bar 0 here, bar index 0 is going to check it. So now let me clear this and run the code. If I run the code, you see that it's saying bar 0 is bearish. I should have added h. Bar 0, why? Because this the close price, the open price is greater than the close price. That's why I'm saying that is how you can identify a bearish candle. So now let us pick a random number, a random bar. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, the counting should start from 0, not 1. Please pay attention to that. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let us check what it will say in this kind of scenario. So instead of using 0 now, we'll be pointing to the sixth, the bar in the sixth. That will be the seventh bar. If you start, we start the counting from 0. That's why it's the seventh bar. We'll just use 6, right? 6. The seventh element. Index 6 means 7. So if we compile it, it will check for us which one is it bearish or bullish. If you run the code, it will tell you, but no, that should be, I made a mistake here. It should be bar. Let me use bar index 6. Index 6. Let's check it. Compile again. Let me clear this. Clear. Test script board. Can you see? Bar index 6 is bearish. Now if you count it for you, 1 2 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Indeed, it is bearish. Now if you check for bar index 5, which is the sixth element on the chart, let's check it. 5 5 5 5 5. Compile and clear this script bot. Can you see? Bar index 5 is bullish. Why? Because the close price is greater than the open price. That is how you can determine a bullish candle and bearish candle. So in this video I explained to you how you can declare a variable to store your candle data, your close price, open price, high price, low price, and time. And I also explained to you the purpose of what we mean by function. Function is like a pre-written code by MetaTrader 5 that makes it easy for you to do things instead of you to be writing the code from scratch. So all you just need to do is just to use the function that is readily available for you. Now the purpose of this array setter series is that the data should start copying from the latest to the oldest instead of the first bar on the chart to the new. So which means you start copying from here 0 1 2 is just from that side, which is better depending on what you want to do. So now I also showed you how to use the CopyClose, CopyOpen, CopyHigh, CopyLow function to copy the data. So I said the first thing you need to specify is the underscore symbol, which will automatically help you retrieve the symbol on your charts. The next parameter is period current. You can choose whatever period you want, but period current means the current time frame on your chart. Then where do you want your copying to start from, which means is it index 0, index 1. If you choose 0 1, if you choose 1, to start from this bearish one. If you choose 0, it will start from this ticking, this bar that is ticking. But we don't need that. We want it to start from this second bar, which it did. Then how many bars do you want to copy? Now you cannot use anything outside. Here we said it should copy 7 bars for us, right? Which means we can use index 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can't use anything more than that, or else we are going to get a row out of range error. Now let's say we want to use 10, right? Once you use 10, that should open the 10th bar on the chart, which we did not give it any command to. You already said that it should only have access to 7 candles on our chart. If I come here and I try to run the bot, I'll be getting array out of, can you see, array out of range error, because you did not specify to copy up to that data. You get? So now guys, we are done for this video. Tomorrow I will drop another video and we'll be building a very simple trading bot that buys when there is a bullish candle and that sells when there is a bearish candle. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if you have any question, ask me in the comment section. I promise to reply you immediately. Thanks guys, bye.